Hello everyone, my name is Roger Moore. So welcome to my Facebook Live. Now, check this out. This here is a plasma ball. And the reason why I love this is that this device here produces a lot of negatively charged electrons, right? And you know, the ground has a lot of positive protons. You know, opposites attract, right? So when I turn on the device, it actually produces those negatively charged electrons. So check it out, right? But it can't get out the glass tube. For this to get out the glass tube to reach the ground, it has to pass through my body, right? So I'm not going to get electrocuted. I've been doing this thousands of times because we love to teach science with, you know, real practical techniques. What we call simulation-based, the simulation-based approach, where people remember 90% and more of what they do in a class. Now, that is how education is supposed to be, right? So check this out. If I touch this, these charges are going to go through my body and reach the ground. Look at that, right? I'm not getting electrocuted, but those negatively charged electrons are passing right through my body and going to the ground which has positive protons. Kind of cool, eh? So, welcome to my Facebook Live. My name is Roger Moore, and for the past 12 years, I've been running Rich Dad's Cashflow clubs. We have one of the largest and most active cashflow clubs on the planet. And we love it because it's working. Right now, this evening, in about 2 hours, we have another class. We have classes almost every single day now. And I mean, it's unheard of. Now, the guy that wrote this brilliant book right here, if you haven't read it, please get your copy, right? The guy who wrote this book is the guy that invented Cashflow clubs. He invented the entire system. Ariska is not a Van de Graaff. Van de Graaff makes your hair stand up. I don't have much hair, but, you know, it's a plasma ball. Yes. So, you know, so the guy who wrote this book also invented the Cashflow Club Business School and all the other books and all that stuff. It's really amazing. And I think the world missed the boat on, you know, what Rich Dad Poor Dad was supposed to introduce. Rich Dad Poor Dad was supposed to introduce the cash flow simulations that Robert Kiyosaki invented. These things are very, very effective. And we've been trying to get the word out for more than 12 years. We trained thousands of people. We trained anybody who was willing to listen to us and to, you know, those who had a desire to change their lives. Because not everybody is, you know, not everybody wants to be an employee, right? Not everybody wants to be what we call JOB. JOB stands for just over broke. Not everybody wants that for themselves. So as we see here in what we call the cash flow quadrant, these are the 4 types of people that make up the world of business and investing. Employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. Our education system was designed to produce employees. That's why we have so many employees. And this is not just a problem with my country. It's a problem. They become self-employed. And they get stuck in what we call the rat race. Right? So, I mean, not everybody wants to be there. Some people want to be business owners, but they don't know how. At our Cashflow Club, we're able to get people into business. In fact, last week, Tuesday, we had a 17-year-old girl who came Cashflow. And she already started her own business. She started doing ice cream. Her next class is this Tuesday, so we're excited because it's just one session of Cashflow. She already started her own business. So some people are coming to the class just to meet that girl, just to see what kind of effect Cashflow has on her. And it's profound because our brains are designed to learn by doing. That's what it's designed. That's how it's designed. So, in this here called the cone of learning, which shows the most effective ways to learn, on the bottom of the cone is the least effective way to learn. It's called reading. You remember 10% of what you read. Is this thing backward? You only remember 10% of what you read. Whereas if you're practicing a simulation over and over, you remember 90% and more. So strange. It's back to front. Kind of cool. Yeah, you remember 90% and more of what you do in a simulation, right? That's where our education system is based down here. You go to class, listen to lecture, read the textbook, cram for exams night before, pass with flying colors, and then 2 weeks forget everything. And we think that's normal and that's ordinary. But that's actually kind of stupid. It is dumb. It's unintelligent. If you really want to produce geniuses, you want to produce people that can apply what they learned, you need to use a simulation-based approach. And I'm an entrepreneur in education. I have 3 companies that use a simulation-based approach. Cashflow Club is one, which is a business school invented by the best of the best. If this book is not in your entrepreneurship program, it's not an entrepreneurship program. I have a second business called Mad Science, which uses a simulation-based approach to teach science and engineering. And that's why the kids love science, they love mad science, because it's not boring. It engages them in a way that classroom style is not possible for classroom style to engage them like that. And then we have the Sales Training Academy, which uses a simulation-based approach to teach sales. Sales is the number 1 skill in business. Number 1 by far. If you can't sell, you cannot start a successful business. You can't grow it. Sales equals income. And if you look at all the success stories throughout our country, especially this guy right here, they all started off in sales. They all start off in sales. You're no different. If you're going into business and you can't sell, it's called get a job. That's what it's called. It's called get a job. You need to learn to sell first. So people at Cashflow Clubs, their next move after they learn financial education, which is the ability to read financial statements and investments, they learn the language of business. To put that into practice, they need to learn how to sell. So everybody from Cashflow learn to sell after. And then they start businesses. Of course, the kids are a lot faster than adults. They're more intelligent. Their brains are sharper. They haven't been tainted by employment. When they do cash flow, they apply very quickly. It's kind of scary because our culture is not really prepared for that. You know, you don't want me to go to schools with cash flow. Trust me on that. Some kids would not finish school. We're right now, my office is the Remax office. We're right now next door to the University of the West Indies. You know, we hardly train university students. You know why? Because they drop out of school. That's why they drop out of school. We don't want them to drop out of school. They come to that conclusion themselves. They naturally do it. So, you know, we try to strike a little balance and train adults. But, you know, last week a teenager came in. We can't refuse them anymore. We have, since the recession started, we've stopped rejecting teenagers. We allow them to train. And we allow them to do cash flow. So we have courses starting all the time, right? Our next cash flow course starts on, let me see, today is Wednesday. Our next course starts on Sunday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. We have another course starting next week, Tuesday. That class is, we're still able to take people in. The week after, we might do a Monday class. The week after that, we might do a Saturday class, because lots of people need this training and they're not getting it at the universities because our school system wasn't designed to produce entrepreneurs and investors. It was designed to produce employees. That's why we have so many employees. And we have even a lot of self-employed people who think they are entrepreneurs. They're self-employed. They don't have the skills to grow a strong team. They don't have the skills to invest. They don't even have the money. They're just over broke like all the other people in the rat race. They pay taxes differently. That's a whole other story. Of course, I'll go into more detail and various topics from business and investing, the real estate. You know, at Remax, we get a lot of real estate deals. So I'll be presenting a lot of real estate deals here live on Facebook. Like just a couple days ago, we got our hands on a sweet development in Maracas, St. Joseph. 1 million a plot for a gated community. Oh my God, we're going crazy over this deal. It's going to sell like wildfire. It's gonna be crazy. So right now we have some friends who are taking drone pictures of the land. It's right opposite the University of the Southern Caribbean. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna install a software allow me to transfer this Facebook Live to all the other groups that we have, so that more people will be able to intervene and to see what we're all about and see what real estate deals we have, see what business deals we have, right? I'm going to do some interviews as well, right? So look out for those. And, spread the word about Cashflow Clubs. Spread the word of our books, right? Only use other institutions for the education, but please, you have to invest in yourself. Remember, a lot of those other entrepreneurship courses are designed by academics, especially the books. The books they're written by academics. It is completely different from books written by entrepreneurs. This is an entrepreneurship book written by an entrepreneur. This is also a fantastic book right now. I'm reading this book right now called Startup Nation by Dan Senor and Saul Singer. Fantastic book. I'm actually reading it on audible.com. It's a fantastic read. It shows you how Israel, such a small country, developed an entrepreneurial culture. It has a lot to do with immigration. It also has a lot to do with education and how the government actually supported and fostered that entrepreneurial spirit. So this is something that we all have our eyes on, because we have a lot of changes to make as a country, and we want other countries as well in the region to make those changes. But it has to start here. And our island is small, which is good, good testing ground for others to see what we're doing and copy it. Now that's my aim. That's my personal aim here. Not just to produce more entrepreneurs and investors, but also to produce more scientists and engineers that can think like entrepreneurs and investors. That's what Silicon Valley has. That's what Israel has. They have scientists and engineers that can think like entrepreneurs and investors. We want that. And we're now able to teach that. So we are one of the first countries in the world to have that combination here for us. So we are pretty lucky. So we want to keep these things going. Let me know what you think about my Facebook Live, right? I will be live way more often from now on, I promise you. Everybody, they have been begging me since the radio show, please do Facebook Live. Please do Facebook Live. John has been harassing me, Raj, have you started Facebook Live yet? Sorry, this is how John talks. Raj, have you done Facebook Live yet? I can't do his accent. Sorry, I can't do it. I failed. But yes, I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it on a regular basis. We want to reach as many people as possible, right? And the motivational talks aren't enough. I do free talks all over the country. That's how we give back. So if you want to book me, just message me on Facebook, and I'll come to your school, I'll come to your entrepreneurial group or your business team or whatever, and give you all a talk on true financial literacy and entrepreneurship. Those things go together, financial literacy and entrepreneurship. And you have to learn to sell. More people need to know that. Especially now where their jobs are at risk. Nobody wants to go to work every day thinking that this might be their last day of work or their last week of work. If you're stressed out every Monday morning, working for people you don't want to work for, then you have a horrible existence. There are alternatives. Consider business ownership to be one of those alternatives. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great way to start. Start reading the book. If you don't have the money, go buy it online or download it for free, or watch the audio book on YouTube or something. Educate yourself. Don't use it as an excuse. Now, they no longer have it in the bookstores. They're all over online, everywhere. And then our Cashflow Club, we're in St. Augustine. Contact us through Facebook. Find out more about us. Most likely by now, because we have trained so many people, more than likely by now, you have had a family member or close friend or relative or even a coworker who has done Cashflow or who has attended a Cashflow session. Find out what it's like, what they learned, and how it has impacted their lives. Don't just dismiss it and say it's, something that doesn't work. It's working. It has been working for some time now. So do some research. Check out richdad.com. Check out the website. Go online on the World Wide Web on richard.com and play Cashflow online. See what it's like. See what real investing is like. Because, funny enough, our industry thrives on ignorance. Right? It's time for more people to become financially educated. So thank you very much for tuning in to my Facebook Live. More to come, I promise you. Right? This evening I have a cash flow class, so I might come back on live this tonight, because I have a very special guest I want to interview in front of you all. You know, he's a soca star and everything now, so you know we want to bring him up and do a little interview and stuff. So look out for that. If I have time tonight, I'll do it. Right? So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Stay in touch and remember to be awesome.